Very good morning from the Shere Bangla National Stadium in Mirpur. It's match 3 of Bangladesh and Australia, the 3-match ODI series of this Dutch Bangla Bank ODI series. Right, Mirpur has one last chapter to write, and we are here at the Shere Bangla National Stadium in Mirpur. Bangladesh spelling 3-0. On the other hand, Australia will be desperate to make a comeback and make it 2-1. I'm alongside two very special guests alongside me, Lisa Staliker and Atar Ali Khan. How are you guys?
Good, hot and sticky, but I guess that's what we expect at this time of year here in Dhaka.
Atar, I would like to start with you. Obviously, Bangladesh winning the series, but still a lot to play for. 3-0 on the cards for them. That must be going on their mind now.
Yeah, they'll be hoping that if they continue to play the way they have played throughout the series, if they continue to do good things at the right time, at the right moment, then why not? Obviously, as a team, it's a 3-match series, and Bangladesh will be hoping that let us do our stuff, and if we can do our stuff correctly, then it's on the cards for sure. And I'm sure they must have been discussed in the dressing room also. Go and do your job. You've done it beautifully. Let's see whether we can finish it nicely.
Yeah, Lisa, we'll come back to you. Before that, Medas and Miraj had a blow in his head in the last ODI, and at one point it didn't look good. He was into the hospital. But good news is that he's back from the hospital and he's doing well. Your thoughts on that blow?
Yeah, look, you want the game to be played fiercely, and bounces are part of the game, and you don't want players to be kind of propping on the front foot. What was quite scary, I think, in that little phase was the fact that he got really dizzy, he threw up. I'm surprised that the medical team actually allowed him to continue. I know that there's an element of, he guts through it and he was able to pull through for his country. I think we're long past those days because players' safety and health is really important.
Yeah, from Australia's point of view, then again, they need to show some real ticker now. Obviously, Bangladesh will make a statement. On the other hand, Australia, the mighty Aussies, will be hungry to come back.
Yeah, it's something that they won't be happy about, the fact that they've lost the series. But I hope that they kind of go, okay, upon reflection, what have we learnt from not only the loss here, but also in Pakistan? What can we do to turn it around, especially in this third ODI, because there is a T20 series that's following this, and they'll want to make sure that they can learn from the 2 losses here, try and take it to 2-1, which is a little bit more respectable scoreline, and then get ready for the T20. So there's still a lot of work for them to do.
Still a lot of work to do. Obviously, the second ODI, they played better cricket compared to the first one, but still, they fell short by 5 wickets in the end. Atar, your thought on Australia winning the toss and opting to bat first?
Yeah, they must have caught them by surprise, because when they opted to bat first, they lost not 1 or 2, but they lost 3 wickets in the first 2 overs. I mean, when you get to none for 3 in the first 2 overs, I think that's a great recovery. And that's what you can say about Australia. And I'm sure Lisa will agree with me, because you want to see a fight back.
3 wickets without scoring a run on the board. That's the 4th instance ever in ODI.
Yeah, and you see, the point that I'm trying to make is, when you see a side losing 2 early wickets and so quickly, and then you have a partnership with Bartlett and Labuschagne. Good to see Labuschagne coming back. I mean, these are the losing first 3 wickets. We can understand that. But I think just on Australian perspective, the way they fought back, because I remember, I don't know whether you guys heard or not, but there was a Mustafiz Rahman in the team meetings after the match mentioned that we were in a strong position, and why did we not finish the game? You know why? Because Australia stopped you. Australia played better cricket. They were a better friend of mine. They said, okay, I'm going to fight back. And that's what you want to see, not just from Australia, but also from Bangladesh.
And have a look at the wickets of the Australian batters that fell in the second game. As I mentioned, the start was not up to the mark, not the way they would have hoped for. Lisa?
No, I think that there was quite... they were quite tentative. They weren't quite sure what to do. Do we leave balls? Do we go hard? This is where, T20 cricket and then ODI cricket. ODI cricket is more akin to test match. So the ball's going to move around in the first hour. Then they try to rebuild, and their senior players in Alex Carey, Josh Inglis, they just weren't able to build that partnership. A soft dismissal there by Cam Green, who actually performed well in the first ODI. And then finally, Xavier Bartlett and Marnus Labuschagne, as you said, are to put that partnership. And then we got to the 40th over mark, and Xavier Bartlett went big, and Tuscan Ahmed was able just to show how effective he is in all the phases, which is great to see.
Yeah, you mentioned about Marnus Labuschagne, showed great resilience, Atar Ali Khan. At one point, Australia were struggling. Even him was struggling in the previous series as well, but came back so well in this.
You see, if you talk about experience, he's one of the experienced players in the Australian squad. Yes, they have a very young squad, and he's missed out for a long time, being among the runs. But when you see a player fighting it out for his team, at where he batted at, I mean, there's already 6 down when they added those 103 runs with Bartlett. So he showed a lot of character. Took 15 innings to score his one-day international 15. The last 15 innings, he hasn't been up to the form. So he would have been in tremendous amount of pressure. And even after losing early wickets, he stood and said, no, I'm going to fight it back. Really good character, showed really good character. I mean, not the kind of experience he possesses. But it's important that he continues, because if he doesn't do that, I mean, remember, there was a lot of change in the batting order also. He was pushed down the order, but it worked for him. But it's important for him that if he gets another opportunity, then he has to do better, because you have to fight a little bit better to put a little bit more pressure on Bangladesh.
Well, Bangladesh were also under a bit of pressure, Lisa. There were a few good partnerships between Shanto and Shomo, and then Tawhid Ridoy and maybe Hasan Miraj. That shows the character of the team. When you're under some pressure, somebody put their hands up and say, I'm there to deliver.
Yeah, I think it's important for any team that wants to be effective across a series or a tournament, is you can't rely on the same players. Now, Shanto has done extremely well throughout the first couple of ODIs, but I think the fact that Mahedi Hassan Miraj, he's been out of form, and so for him to kind of ensure that they were able to combine nicely and finish off the innings, don't let it go to the lower order, because there was a point where I think if Australia had picked up another 1 or 2 wickets, it could have been really interesting to see how Bangladesh lower order would have been able to cope. But I think that sends a strong message to Australia and other teams that, hey, we've got a number of key players that can perform exceptionally well with the bat in hand.
Yeah, I like the point you made. There are few more individual performers than 1 or 2, especially in the Bangladesh side. Previously, Bangladesh used to rely on 1 or 2 big names, but now there are quite a few.
I think they have started to realize, Mazhar, that it's time that you need to look a little bit beyond, thinking out of the hat that, okay, fine, if someone has not been able to score runs, then the responsibility falls on the others to perform, just like what Labuschagne and also Bartlett. Don't wish out what he did with the bat, was a really important role. So it's really good to see Bangladesh coming of age in that department where they're not relying. He's been in excellent touch, Shanto. We had a good start from the other day from Tanzid and Shumo Sarkar. Then you have Tawhid Ridoy in the middle, even though Litun Kumar Das missed out. But you have a bunch of play now. They've started to believe that, yes, even if we lose early wickets, we can still take control things in the middle and ensure that if you're want to put up a total batting first, you'll have runs on the board. It's really good. I think it's a very good sign for Bangladesh cricket, and I hope that it continues, because exactly what I want to see is consistency from the Bangladesh team.
Yeah, from Australia's point of view, Lisa, they would want to take the momentum before heading towards the T20I series, and this match will play a very important role for them.
Yeah, it's do or die. I know the series is done and dusted in that sense, but there is that other series. So this victory is really, if Australia are to impose a victory on Bangladesh, will be really important, because it will give them a little bit of momentum. But Bangladesh playing here at home, they've just been unbeatable. They understand the conditions well. The players adapt really well, and as I've highlighted a few times, a number of players are stepping up.
Yeah, what I like most about is that they are not using that spin-friendly pitches anymore. They are now bringing in the fast bowlers. Also, it helps the batters as well, Atar.
It does. It's a challenge, because when you talk about bowler-friendly pitches, especially seam bowling-friendly pitches, the challenge is not for the bowlers, because they know that they'll get something out of the surface. They'll have a bit of a movement in the air of the surface, a little bit swing, little bit of seam. But the bigger challenge is for the batters. But how to play in these conditions. And I think what Bangladesh Cricket Board has done in the recent past to provide similar kind of pitches in domestic competition.
Yes.
especially in first-class cricket, where you get to learn a little bit more because you've got a little bit more time. So I think that part has been done, and they now realize that, yes, to win it, you were talking about test matches or any format of the game, you want bowlers to pick up wickets, and then a challenge for the batter is how to cope up initially. First 10 overs, remember, Australia lost 4 wickets in the last power play, 10 over 37 for 4. So they, as a batter, you also have to think about a little bit more on a circumspect way, that you don't want to take any chances, go, spend time, and keep going on.
Right, we are all set for the all-important toss. Australia winning the first 2 tosses of this series. Let's see what happens. Brad Hogg is in the middle with the 2 captains.
Well, I'm here for the toss for the 3rd match and the final match of the Dutch Bangla Bank one-day international series. With me for the toss, I've got Najmal Shanto, the Bangladesh captain for today, Josh Inglis, the Australian captain, and the match referee, Prakash Butt. Without further ado, Shanto, can you toss the coin, please?
Tails.
Tails is the call. Heads. Shanto, what are you going to do?
I like to bat first. Looks a bit dry. I think the second innings ball will come a bit slower.
Any changes to the team?
Yeah, we made 2 changes. Nahidrana take a break. Shariful comes in, and unfortunately, Miraj not playing for the concussion reason. Sheikh Mehdi comes into the side.
And how is Mahadi today?
He's fine. Some medical restriction is there, so doctor feels he can take a break another few days.
And you've got Australia 2-0 on the ropes. How would you like to finish this series?
I think we played brilliant cricket last 2 matches. We wanted to finish the game on our high note. We want to play good cricket today, and I hope the way we played last 2 matches, we can continue our form.
Good luck today, Shanto.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Josh, what would have you done?
I think we would have had a bowl.
Yeah. And any changes to the team today?
Yes, there are, but don't ask me what they are because I can't remember.
Have you got that many in your team?
Ben Dwarshus is back in and Ollie Peake's back in.
And how would you like to finish this series?
Yeah, look, it's obviously been a disappointing series for us. So, look, we want to put in a good performance today and finish 2-1.
All right, good luck today, Josh. The news down here is Bangladesh have won the toss and they've elected to bat first.
Well, Bangladesh winning the toss for the first time in this series. Your first impression on the toss decision?
Yeah, to be fair, I'm a little bit surprised. Given like the humid conditions, I would expect that the seam bowlers are going to
Lisa, I'll have to stop right now. We'll have to head towards the pitch report. We'll come back to you. You're right. You were there earlier with the pitch report. Let's have a look.
Well, it's another steamy day here in Dhaka. We've actually had a little bit of rain prior to the pitch being unveiled. This is actually pitch number 4. We've actually been able to play the first ODI here. Bangladesh scored 284, so it tells you that it's actually a very decent pitch. When you think of who did well in that first ODI, Mosaddek Hussain was certainly the type of guy who came back into the Bangladesh side, and you can see his interception points. As he comes down the pitch, he's able to hit the ball powerfully and find the boundaries. No doubt a lot of other players will follow his plan. In terms of what I see now of the pitch, obviously a few days older, and the fact that it's a bit drier grass, which tells me because of the steamy conditions it's going to swing around, and because it's a drier surface I actually think it's going to turn. In terms of what is an average score, I still think it's hard underneath and there's still going to be some pace and bounce. So you're still probably looking around that 284 mark. It's an important clash, more so for the Australians to show that they're here and ready to fight.
Right, a good surface once again here in Mirpur. We'll talk more about the surface and the playing 11 after the break. Welcome back to Straight Drive. I'm alongside Lisa Stalika and Atar Ali Khan. Bangladesh winning the toss and opted to bat first, and both teams have got a few changes. Let's have a look at both teams. First up, it's Bangladesh making 2 changes, Atar Ali Khan.
Yeah, there was an expected change for Mehdi and Miraj. I mean, best wishes for him for a full recovery. So they bring in Mahdi Hassan, the right arm off spinner, who can also bat. And he's coming back in this side after, 3 years. As far as I remember, he represented Bangladesh in the World Cup in 2023. And they have also brought in Shariful Islam, and Nahid Rana gets a break. I mean, it's a good side. It's a good side. Lisa mentioned that winning the toss and deciding to bat first, the thinking is a little bit different, maybe because they're thinking that if the opposition gets you in, then what are you going to do? So maybe that's one of the reasons why they decided to bat first.
Well, Aussies also got 2 changes, Lisa.
Yeah.
No Ellis and Scott there.
Yeah, so I think Nathan Ellis has done a mountain of work, and he has struggled with the conditions in terms of the humidity. But Ollie Peak, the youngster who made his debut in Pakistan, gets another opportunity. Obviously, Matt Short missing out 3 ducks in a row, unfortunately, which means another change at the top for the Australian top order. But really, they've got Riley Meredith, Ben Dwarshuis as the other left-arm pace bowler. Both of them bowl with heat, and hopefully they can get the ball to move around, given that they're bowling first.
Otherwise, from Bangladesh's point of view, with the bat, what sort of a start they would be looking for? Because they have lost early wickets up front in both the matches.
And that's exactly what they need to do. They need to stop losing early wickets on the surface. There's a bit of a breeze now, there's cloud cover, and it's humid, so the ball will move around. And if they can survive the first 10 overs without losing too many wickets, then you can go and push yourself to get set a target of maybe 250, 260, even more. So order of the day from the dressing room would be bat, take your time, don't lose early wickets.
Lisa, from Australia's point of view, with the ball, obviously, they must be looking for early wickets, but what should be the strategy going forward?
Yeah, I think that you've got to kind of keep the stumps in play, especially with the ball moving around. You don't need to necessarily do too many change-ups, too many variations. Let the pitch and the conditions do the variation for you. Natural variation is always the key. I think if they can hone and hold that line and length, and potentially that test match length, then it's going to be hard work for the Bangladesh top order. And if they can take a few out, like Bangladesh did in the second ODI, then that means that the middle order have to do a lot more work than what they've had to in the past.
And they need that confidence as a batting unit as well, moving on to the T20 series, obviously a different format, but still you need that confidence behind you before moving on to that shortest format of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the players will be working on a process of are we executing, are we making the right decisions? I think if Australia can start to get those things right, then they put themselves in a position to potentially win this third ODI.
Otherwise, I know you love this word, Banglawash. Australia, only 3 teams have managed to whitewash them previously. England, South Africa, and New Zealand. Bangladesh has got a very good opportunity here.
I think, yes, there isn't a great opportunity, but you need to calm yourself down as a team, because if you're doing well, fine, you stay consistent, then there's a possibility, but you still have to fight. You have to work hard to achieve the dream of getting a Bangladesh one more time. If you play your cards at the right time, yes, you will be able to go and manage to win, but you have to still bat well initially because you're batting first here.
Lisa, obviously, it's a inexperienced side, if I'm not wrong. Obviously, there are a few players who are missing out. So it's a great opportunity for those who are here. So utilizing the opportunity and also acclimatizing with the conditions.
Yeah, I think any players from Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, England coming over to the subcontinent, you just get used to the conditions. And it's not necessarily just from a playing point of view, it's about the food, it's the humidity. How are you physically coping? How are you preparing yourself to be able to be ready to go? Whilst it is a relatively young group of players, it's a chance for them to kind of showcase their skill set. Obviously, the World Cup next year in October, November, South Africa, Namibia and Zimbabwe, they need to say, hey, even though the big boys might be coming back in, please think of me still. So it's a great opportunity for them just to figure out what international cricket is here in the subcontinent.
Right, we are here for the third ODI. We will move to Chattogram after this for the 3-match T20I series starting from 17th of June, while the second match and third will take place on 19th and 21st. We are hoping for a cracker of a contest yet again. So yeah, it will be an enthralling game of cricket here in Mirpur. Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, we are hoping for another cracker of a contest. Bangladesh have got the blade. On the other hand, Australia will be desperate with the shield in their hand. What's going to happen? We'll take a short break and we'll come back with a live coverage.